guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I will be filming my 38 weeks pregnancy update. So if you'd like to listen on my symptoms and how I have been feeling the past week, then keep on watching and let's get started. Today I'm actually 38 weeks and 1 day, and I know this video is going up late. I have had a lot going on this week. So Monday was fine. I went in for my checkup on Tuesday, and my heart rate was really high. Usually my heart rate is like 100 and something over 81 or 80, and my heart rate was 100 and something over 87, and then she said she was going to do it again. This is my midwife. So she did it again and it was the same, and then she was like, right, that should have came down because yours usually does come down. So she said, right, we'll have to do it again. She did it again and it was 153 over 100. So obviously my heart rate was not going down, it was actually going up. So there were some concerns about me having preeclampsia, because my heart rate was just not coming down at all. So she said she couldn't let me go. The growth of the baby's fine, the heartbeat was completely fine as well, and my urine, they check your urine whenever you go in, that was fine, it was clear. So they said they couldn't let me go until my heart rate came down, so they sent me into the other side. So I think it's called triage or something like that, I don't know, and I had to sit there and wait for a bed, but they were so busy on Tuesday that there was no beds free. So my midwife says just wait there, and then because there was no beds, she took me in after she had her appointments with the other people that she takes, like same checkups and whatnot. So she brought me back into that room, she took my heartbeat again, and it actually came down, which was great, but I was so tired and exhausted. And it was early in the morning too, it was about 10 o'clock my appointment was, so it wasn't like I had done anything that day to make my heart rate go up or anything, so that's why she was a bit concerned about me. So it came down to 80, I think it was 81 or 81 or 80, which is my normal. And then she was like, right, just to make sure, we'll have to do it again in a little bit, because we don't want it shooting back up again. We just want to make sure it's staying low. So she left the room. I almost fell asleep, to be fair. I was just so exhausted. My whole body was exhausted. I had this pounding headache. I really did not feel well that day at all, and I said that to my midwife. I said, I just do not feel myself at all. So I know I sound a bit stuffy, sorry about that. So she did my blood pressure again, and it went down to 73, which was really low. For me, I've never been that low, but she said it was fine, and then she went and spoke to the doctor, and the doctor gave me the all clear to go home. So I went home and I just relaxed. I ate some food and stuff, and I just spent the day like just relaxing. I just really did not feel well that day at all. And the next day I woke up, because my doctor says, if you don't feel well, because I had some paracetamol for the headache, and she says if your headache doesn't go away in the next 2 days, keep me posted, you have to come back in. So the headache went away the next day, which I was grateful for, and I felt fine. So I texted my midwife and I says, I'm feeling a lot more myself, I felt more in my body, because that day before I just literally didn't even feel like I was in my body at all. So that was all good. She gave me all the clear. And other things that I've been having is just like, in general, just being sore. I've got backache, I've got legs, my legs keep cramping up, and something that I didn't know was not normal. So if this happens to you, make sure you contact your doctor straight away, because I didn't, and they were a bit mad at me for not doing this. But anyway, my ankle swelled up to the point where I could leave indents in my skin, and they said it's water retention, but it shouldn't get to the point where you can leave an indent and it stays. Normal swelling in your ankles and whatnot is fine, but the swelling that I got was not fine. They said that's not normal and I should have came in earlier. So this was on Saturday. My ankle swelled up so bad. I was in so much pain, but I genuinely thought it was just normal because it's coming to the end of my pregnancy, and I thought, right, well, it's just normal, it's the end of pregnancy, things happen. I wasn't too concerned about it. But I text my mum and I said, go and look at my story on Snapchat and see my ankles, how weird is that? And then she takes me back saying, yeah, that's so weird. And then she actually sent into the family group chat about it, and my aunties kind of freaked out and said, well, that's what happened to me. I had preeclampsia. I almost lost my son when I had that. So she texted me and she sent me that message, and that kind of made me a bit concerned. I was like, oh, okay, well, this isn't normal. If this happened to her, maybe I should be texting my midwife. So I sent my midwife the video, and she got me to go into maternity to be checked, because obviously I had a high blood pressure on Tuesday. So she was like, with the high blood pressure on Tuesday and your ankle swelling up, this isn't normal, so you need to be checked. So she sent me in. She wasn't there because she's on holiday, like her holiday week, I don't know, having a holiday off anyway. She's not on a holiday because obviously COVID, she can't go anywhere. But she's off, so I went in and I got checked. My blood pressure was fine. It was pretty high. It was pretty high at the start, but then it came down to normal. I was monitored again. The baby's heart rate was perfect, and I was having a lot of Braxton Hicks, and she was really confused on how I wasn't feeling these Braxton Hicks contractions, because they were pretty strong. She says when you're not having a contraction, it's between 15 to 20. There's a number on the screen, and when you are, it's obviously above 20. So mine's got up to 125 when I was having contractions, which I didn't feel anything. And she was like, I'm shocked because people in labour don't even get that strong of contractions, and you're getting them. She said it's a good thing, it's preparing you for labour, but I don't know. She was like, basically you're going to fly through labour. So that's a plus. I was happy with that. But she was like, you're definitely not in labour because you wouldn't be this happy if you were in labour. Anyway, so I was allowed home. I was checked over. I had to be checked for preeclampsia. I got my bloods took, which I'm waiting for a call today on my doctor, which I'll update you on that result in my next video about those bloods. I also have to go in for a scan to measure the baby, because obviously my baby is measuring big, so they want to measure on a scan to, I don't really know, they just said they want to get me in and check me over again, because they says that waiting another 10 days, so this was on Saturday, they were like, your next appointment's not for another 10 days, that's too long for you to wait to be checked, so we need to get you in either Tuesday or Wednesday, so I'll be in the next couple of days to get my scan and be checked over again. So I got home. I didn't go into hospital, by the way, until 11 o'clock at night time, so it was pretty late. And then I got back about 1 o'clock or 1:30. It was pretty late anyway. It could have been longer than that actually, I don't even know. I know I didn't get to bed till 3 o'clock that night. So that is basically everything that's been happening. I have been having contractions, which I do feel some of them, but not as much. My bowel movement is obviously a lot more now than it has been in the past, which is just getting my body ready, and it's relaxing, it's clearing me out for labour. My midwife says that I probably will go into labour this week, but if not, it's fine, but I could go into labour this week. So we could have a baby by the end of this. This could be the last update on this channel of me being pregnant. I don't know. But yeah, I can't wait to get checked again, see what the measurements is of my baby, because they'll be able to tell me and stuff. So that's exciting, and I will do a video. Even if I go into labour, I'll still do a video and update you on all that there information. But that's where I'm at so far. So we'll read week 38 on my little pregnancy app. This one's a different one because on the normal one that I use, Pregnancy Plus, doesn't actually have an update of that week, so I'm on a different app. So it says, whoa, at 38 weeks your baby has grown so much that most of the space inside the womb is already cramped, which I definitely feel. I feel like I'm just all baby and he's got no room to move in there. As heavy as large cabbage, your baby still finds this space just as comfortable. I'm surprised because he doesn't seem like he's comfortable in there. Though all organs have already formed and developed, your baby's brain and lungs will undergo the most continued growth after birth, as with the eye colour. For example, Caucasian babies are usually born with blue or grey eyes that may gradually change to brown or green. It happens and it's normal. But Asian, African American and Hispanic babies are usually born with dark eyes that stay dark. As you anticipate delivery, your baby's lungs are also busy producing significant, I can't read, which will help the lungs expand when they take in the first breath of life. Moving on, what else is there to prepare for your baby at this week? Make sure you decide on the name already. So, that's all positive. I don't know if I've mentioned before in my videos, but recently I've been feeling the baby having hiccups, which I haven't been able to feel, and it's the most cutest thing ever. It's definitely my favourite by far out of this whole pregnancy, is feeling his little hiccups, because it's just so cute. And I feel like he already has a wee personality, which is hard to explain what I mean by that. You just kind of have to be in that situation to know what I mean. But I'm so excited to meet him. I know it's the end and I'm so excited. I just want it to hurry up, and then I just don't want him to grow up after that. But yeah, I'm so excited. So here is my bump at week 38. I don't really feel that big, but when I sit down I feel like my belly is more sitting on my legs now. So I definitely feel like I have grown, but looking at myself, I don't feel like I've grown much. I'm getting a lot more stretch marks around my hips and my thighs, and I think I might be getting a couple on my belly, but they're very small, they're not too bad, they don't bother me whatsoever, and that's my bump. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's update. If you did, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and follow along on my journey in my pregnancy. You can go back and watch all my videos on my pregnancy and how I have been growing and stuff. You'll see a bump date in every single one of them. And you can leave a comment down below what you would like to see from me, and I'll see you again for another update next week.